Hello, this is the first video of a series of videos that I want to share with you um, about different topics that I'm reflectioning about and working upon. And we have just launched like the new season of Camino Creativo for year 2025 and beginning of 26. And we have a new experience which is called Re-emergence of the collective instinct. I'm very happy that we're going to start with this work this year. I feel it very necessary. It's actually born out of the, I don't know, for me there is something screaming about reigniting the collective intelligence that I think we were all born already in a very eroded condition in this collective. But the last 10 years have been especially 10-15 years have been especially um, disgregating. Is that a word? Disgregating, or we become more individualized than never before. And it's because of this that I'm looking now into my phone. And this, as we all know, this technology to make us more connected supposedly has led us to be in such a short time so dependent and so disconnected from what is around us. Yes. And for me the crazy thing about it is that we mostly don't speak about it. We are so submerged into it and it's so new that we don't realize how much inside of it we are. And yesterday, and that's why I wanted to start with this first video, there was an incredible event going on in the moment I'm in Barcelona, in Spain. And yesterday, I think it was 29th of April, around midday, lights went off, and very soon after the phone signal went off. So there was no Wi-Fi and there was no data on the phone. And I'm living in a friend's house with a terrace. I'm here now, and you can see many neighbors around. And people started first to go out in the windows to start to ask, "Hey, do you have light? No, can you send messages? No, no. Okay, it looks like it's on the neighborhood." But then I went out on the street and I started to see there were a lot of people in the street, and the ambient was really different to an everyday life here in this city. Barcelona is a city where people are out in the street, etc. But this was like, it was full of people. People were in the parks, they were speaking to each other. And it turned out on the radio in a car, I heard that like the light of Spain, Portugal, France, or parts of France had gone out. And yeah, the, the main point here is that it was not that the light went off, but the phone signal and Wi-Fi went off. Yes. Because if it has been just like a light thing, but you had your phone with battery and you could access Wi-Fi, none of this would have happened. Like it happened because there was no. It made no sense to look at your phone because there was no data. So as the day moved on, apart from different things, and people had to be evacuated, from the subway and stuff like that. But I went to the streets just as an observer to look what was going on around, and it was really, really, really special. Yes, the parks were filled, people were playing music, everyone was laughing. I met so much people. I met people from Palestine, I met people from England, from Africa. Like we were, speaking at each other, and it was a really special day. And inside of this day, I had a very interesting experience, and is that I was walking through the street. I was in an observer character. I was really like looking around and perceiving, the qualities of this day, and nobody was looking at their phone, and this was already something very different. And in a certain moment, while I'm walking, I suddenly enter into like another feeling, another dimension, let's say. And I found an island, let's say a corner where there was a hotel, and I realized that I was inside of a group of people that everyone was in their phones. I don't know what happened, like if this, for example, this maybe this hotel had like an electrogen group, or they had access to satellite, whatever. It seemed like there was Wi-Fi. So I was walking in this like level of openness, people looking around, and suddenly I felt different, and I was inside of this crowd of people, everyone looking at their phone, not looking at each other, and it felt so contrasting, yes, to go into it. And I realized, oh, okay, this is how we are behaving every day, all the time. We are surrounded by people, but we are completely separated and completely immersed here. And we all know it, right? But this was visually so clear, yes. And I stood there just to look around at this like super normal behavior nowadays that I'm also into in many moments. And then I kept on walking, and I kind of got out of that island of people that for some strange reason seemed to have Wi-Fi on their phones. And I kept on finding parks and people and music and meeting people and creating connections. And there was a sense of freedom and a sense of wonder that, I don't know, I hadn't experienced this for a while in a collective way. Yes. And I think this is a great gift of life, of experience, to have this image on our face, because it's like we all know it, but it seems like we can't do anything about it. No, we are really submerged into the victim archetype towards the phone and technology in general. Yes. And now that it was forced, we had the chance to observe what these uh, patterns, this technology is really doing to us. Yes. Have you heard about the metaphor? It's not a metaphor. It's actually like an experiment of the frog. That they put it inside of boiling water, and the frog jumps out automatically from the boiling water. But if you put a frog inside of cold water and you put it on the fire and you slowly cook it, the water will arrive until burning and the frog will die. But the frog will never come out of it because it's so gradual that the frog doesn't perceive what is changing the temperature of the water as a threat. And I think this is exactly what has been going on with us. It's been so gradual, day by day, and new changes, new features, new apps, new possibilities, more technology in our phones, etc. That now we are like hyper connected. Really, really have changed like the way we behave, we organize our days, and above everything, I think how our attention is functioning. Yes, and I say this like from a level of me being completely inside of that. Yeah. And a lot of times feeling a victim about that, and a lot of times not doing something about it. So yesterday was a gift in this sense, and in many other senses it was like a carnival somehow. Yeah. And what's the point? We are inside of a paradox. Yes, the paradox of hyper connectivity that keeps us completely disconnected from the others and from ourselves. Yes, and at the same time, the more disconnected we are, the more crazy things are going on in the world around us. Yes, Uh, I can name some if you want. First one, the genocide in Gaza in front of our eyes, with all the main powers of the world like supporting it in front of us, and everything else you want to name. Everything going on in this moment, and again, we seem not to be able to do nothing about these things, and even not to be able to speak about them. It's like some essential aspects of what it means to come together and to dialogue and to uh, recognize what is happening to us, sometimes in the reflect of someone else that can show us something we are not able to see, or we can show it to someone else. We are missing so much from this, yeah, and somehow this is making possible that the powers of the world, or the ones that move the strings, etc., can do whatever they want. It seems with us, we are like zombies. Our attention levels have gone really down. I think this is having all kinds of repercussions in ourselves, and I don't know. I want to get out of the boiling water. Like, I don't want to keep on living like that. So it seems to me that nowadays, more than ever before, coming back to the collective and to the collective intelligence is vital. Vital to I would say, to a level of survival. Yeah. Because if we would experience the level of attention and distraction we have now suddenly with the level of attention we had, I don't know, 15 years ago, we would feel it so violent. But because we are inside of the boiling water, we don't realize how deep into the shit we are. And yesterday was a amazing day to see this image straight into our face. How happy we were of being able to get out of these, portable prisons of our attention and our life force, and opening our eyes and looking around and getting in touch again. And we have so much to share. In many, many levels, the times that are coming are collective times. And I believe every little movement or big one that we do to support coming back to the collective is a movement towards evolution. So I'm going to be speaking more about this and other topics. I hope you want to listen about it, to share also. I have, paradoxically, I have, been putting myself a lot, not participating in social media, also for all of these reasons. But now I had the feeling I want to speak a bit and to share and to open spaces to dialogue. So thank you if you arrived up to here, and I'm going to be sending out from time to time while I'm doing my road trip to find a community and come back to the collective. I'm going to be sharing some of these reflections with you. Thank you. All the best.